Our live studio audience and our viewers at home, welcome to another season of the Debate Circle. We kickstart this episode here at the Embu region, and the motion for today is lifestyle advertising aimed at youth should be regulated to prevent them from falling into debt traps. The proposers of this motion are Ikuu High School, and the opposers are Kyeni Girls High School. Proposer, speaker one, you have 3 minutes.
Small deeds done are better than great deeds planned. I, Shalom Ahadi, from the mighty Ikuu, strongly proposing the motion that states lifestyle advertisement aimed at the youth should be regulated to prevent them from falling into debt traps. What is lifestyle advertising? Lifestyle advertising is the showing off of one's financial class or status and how it is shared in various social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and so on. What about debt traps? This is the situation by which an individual borrows money from an institution and later on is unable to pay. First, let's consider psychological impact. Lifestyle advertising often uses psychological tactics, which creates a sense of inadequacy or FOMO, fear of missing out. For example, in our crucial time right now, a big percentage of the youth are trying to keep up with the latest item in fashion. You can find that one engages himself in illegal and harmful behaviors such as prostitution, theft, just in order to keep up with the latest fashion. This can make them make purchases which they can't afford. For example, a friend of mine selling the latest cars. Then I tell him that he gives me the car, then I'll lend him the money later on. So when he comes to owe me, like, I keep on procrastinating that. And this impulsive and emotionally driven spending behavior can lead to debt accumulation. Secondly, we have vulnerability of the youth. The youth are particularly vulnerable to the influence of lifestyle advertising, which promotes materialistic and aspirational lifestyles. They try to keep up with unrealistic standards. For example, we do know this footballer by the name Kylian Mbappe. He's from France and is famously known for being in the FIFA at a young age. He is an ambassador of the Nike. So like the youth right now, so when Mbappe advertises the Nike products, we do know that this company oftenly produces their products. So one keeps on getting all the products which are being advertised. And we do know that this is technically impossible. Yes, they do have money from savings and all sorts, but later on they'll end up being bankrupt because even big businesses do fall down. We do have markets like Nakumat, Uchumi, Ukwala. Those were big markets in the past, but right now, where have they gone? Thirdly, we have influence of social media. The prevalence of social media exposes curated images, messages, videos, and even make the youth make consumerism and gratification, which creates a peer pressure and make them spend beyond which they want to accumulate the lifestyles being advertised. So, would you like to see, for example, you are a parent, would you want to see your child going astray because of lifestyle advertising? No, you wouldn't. So just join hands with us and end the debate, because this thing is technically clear. As it was said, what you do today improves your tomorrow.
I'm pained, very pained. It was actually painful, but I was preparing to come and debate. But instead, this is what I found. My brother, you talked about something concerning crime, where I say this. If I am talking about the youth, first of all, these are the people ranging between 12 to 35 years. So if I'm talking about these youths, it means that these people know what they want. So when you talk about crime, I say work hard. And when you talk about variability, my brother, self-control works. And I'm sure each one of us in this room has that. Humphrey Whitney, Kyeni Girls High School. My first point, freedom of expression. What do I mean by this? The vloggers, the one who are vlogging, these people, Mr. Speaker, these people are expressing themselves in the best way ever. These people are showing us, they are just showing us themselves, me. But when you say I regulate it, how will I be able to show you? Secondly, I want to talk about consumer choice. What do I mean about this? Consumer choice, it means that, for example, there's this vlogger who is saying, "Hi guys, it's me again. I'm here to show you how to remove stains from these utensils." And then it means that I am able to learn because I was sitting at my comfort zone where I was just there telling myself, these utensils, not again. But after I see this person who is posting what they do with their utensils, I am motivated, my brother. I am motivated to do more. And thirdly, as I am about to read, it's regulatory burdens. Okay, do we all know that everybody starts from somewhere? When I set these regulations, it means that these businesses, these startups, they don't have the adequate finances to be able to cope with these regulations. And with that, I rest my case.
With a new day comes new strength and thoughts. I'm Fortunila from the great Ikuu High, standing before you with no doubt in my mind, rooted the ground to propose the motion that says lifestyle advertisement aimed at youth should be regulated to prevent them from falling into debt traps. So, yes, it should be regulated. Why? Because not everything that is advertised is good. As my sister said about utensils. So you want to mean that everything that is advertised is good? Ask yourself and wonder. My first point, financial stresses and debt traps. What is financial stresses? Financial stresses are stresses that are brought to a person, or in particular, a person, an individual, when he gets stresses about his financial stability. What is debt traps? Debt traps are traps that one gets into when he borrows money and is unable to pay. So, as Albert Einstein once said, yesterday is the past, today is the future, and tomorrow is a mystery. So the choices you make, the steps that you take, and the thoughts that you think will affect your tomorrow. If you know about this, you'll think differently. My second point, need for consumer protection. What storms in your mind when you hear the word consumer protection? If you don't see this, I will help you see. Consumer protection is protecting the youth, or in particular, any person, an adult, or even a child, from being exposed to bad advertising. For example, Brian Chira, most of you have heard about him. He used to advertise about his life until the day that he became broke. He started advertising about his gay ways, but this wasn't good. It came to one day when the hell broke loose, and he died. So this is a life lost to our country, and that's painful. This consumer protection can help a youth from being misled into making bad decisions about his future financial stability. So, Brian Chira died because he didn't know about anything about consumer protection. It takes years to build a reputation, but it only takes minutes to destroy it. So my fellow friends and sisters, think differently to prevent bad things from coming to you. As a wise man said, your life is a fruit of your own doing. Do not blame anyone for it. You should now be wondering about what decision you should make and which one you should not. Think carefully, because the choices that you make will come to one time to affect your future. get this in crystal clarity. There's no point of argument in here. Audience, help me to convince my fellow sisters to give up and just end the debate.
I am saddened because I came here prepared for a battle of facts, only to find team proposition utterly unarmed. You see, my team proposition just said that what we said, that everything in the internet is all good. We didn't say it's all good. We said have self-control. Be attentive. Thank you. Nelias Mombi, Kyeni Girls High School. On to my first point. If we regulate lifestyle advertising, it may lead to unintended consequences, such as some advertisements may go underground, and others may hide behind these regulations to do deceptive practices which are harder to detect. Let me give you an example. If I regulate the content which I am producing up there, we have seen it everywhere in the internet, where you say that you are hiding behind a certain rule or regulation so that you could do something deceptive behind the cameras. On to my second point, global variability. I am a Kenyan. No, I am a proud Kenyan. But I'm also an entrepreneur who has a company, a multi-nation company. My company runs from here to Arusha, Dar es Salaam, name it. Am I so sure that the regulations put in place in Kenya will be the same of those of Uganda, Tanzania, South Africa, the US, Canada? Are you assuring me that they'll all be the same, or will my company go down the drain? And on to my third point, regulatory burden. There are businesses that are starting up. Are you sure they'll be able to comply with your regulations that you want to put in place? Are you sure? Or will my career just go down the drain and die because I cannot follow your regulations? Food for thought. And with that, my dear audiences, Mr. Speaker, team proposition, I rest your case. But again, what case? Thank you.
You know, the best way to predict your future is to create it. I am Ian Munene from the great Ikuu High, standing here on behalf of many proposers ready to propose the motion that states lifestyle advertisement aimed at youth should be regulated to prevent them from falling into debt traps. My first point is about financial illiteracy. Allow me to take you into the world of statistics and give you just a few. According to the research carried out by factsbusiness.com, it states that 87% of the youth do not know how to use their funds. Many of the small-scale entrepreneurs are the youth who don't know how to use their funds. Many of these viewers viewing lifestyle advertisements of other people are the youth, and they are addicted to their lifestyles. Now, if you fail to regulate lifestyle advertisement, all the profit gotten from the small businesses of these youth will end up being fed by these lifestyle advertisers. I will give you an example. Let's talk about Onyango. An Onyango is a youth, a small-scale business owner selling mandazis on the road to children as they go to school. Onyango is also addicted to the lifestyle of Will Smith, one of the most famous actors. Now, Onyango tries to keep up with or try to put himself in the conditions that Will Smith is living in. All the profits that he gets from his small-scale business of selling mandazis will end up in the hands of these lifestyle advertisements. Because when he gets the profit, he just go and tries. At the end of the day, he will accumulate a lot of debts because he will not be able to manage his business because he's not adding any, or he's not expanding his business. At the end of the day, he will be forced to turn into other businesses, and he may decide to turn into crime. He will start disturbing the community, and will start saying that the people do not teach their children moral values. But it all starts from where you refused to put regulations to prevent this from happening. Onyango might be got, he might be shot, and his life will end up like that. Now, my opposers, I've given you all the points. We are illustrating, simplifying everything to you. I can't believe how confident you are in your ignorance. All this will happen just because you chose to stick into your fantasies. But you have a chance. Make a choice. Don't be vacillate. Just move your chairs to the other side and end the debate. I will leave you with this. Advice is like snow. The softer it falls, the longer it dwells.
To my third proposer, I don't get why you still don't understand the point that two of the opposers have been trying to repeat and repeat. Were you dozing? They have talked about self-control and working hard. This Onyango that you speak of can use advertising to expand his business. True or true? True. To my first point, job motivation. You have talked about a person advertising what? Nike. He's going to see the shoe and want to buy it. He's going to take a screenshot of the shoe, put it as his home screen wallpaper, so that every day that Onyango wakes up, he's going to look at his phone. That's going to be his motivation to work hard each day. True or true? True. Encourages creativity. Onyango will find different innovative ways to sell his goods, or even he can even start his own business because of advertising, lifestyle advertising. So I don't get why you're trying to say we are wrong, because you are the ones who are wrong. To my third point, it will be a source of income. Onyango, as he does his job, as Onyango gets the passion to be creative and innovate himself, he's not only going to express himself to people, he's going to have a source of income. Taking an example of YouTube, Instagram, and even TikTok, people are earning money day in, day out from vlogging. True or true? True. And with that, I rest my case.
Oh my, oh my. What a disappointment we have gotten. Firstly, do you understand the term peer pressure? Do you? Okay, let me assume you don't know. This is the influence you get from others. We do know that we have platforms. Yes, they do earn money by going lives online, but even them, they have cost. They have to spend their money. For instance, platform like TikTok, they have instilled a game of sending gifts. Like, you use your own cash by sending gifts to others, you please them, yes, but later on, when you run out of your money, you'll get worried that, oh, my followers are going, oh. So like, come to think of this, even a cat is stubborn, but can't believe you're that stubborn. So, I'm even running out of words. Come to think of it, it should be regulated because, let me ask you a quick, one of you stated that the youths are ranging from the age of 12 up to 20, right? 25. This peer pressure can make them go still, like, for instance, a 12-year-old can see the elder brother ranging from 18 years and above going to steal. Then what will the other young sibling do? Follow the steps. So with that, just join hands with us, because it is just time wasting, and stop closing the other eyes of people. So my audience, come to think of it, it should be regulated to prevent our youth from going astray.
I will ask you the same question my colleague asked you. Were you dozing during the presentation? Were you? You said something on peer pressure. Peer pressure goes both ways. Positive peer pressure, negative peer pressure. I believe my colleague Heidi Mwende said something on motivation. Right? So when you talk about peer pressure of doing the wrong thing, I say peer pressure of doing the right thing. I can influence you to do the right thing. And you should have self-control when I do the wrong thing, not to follow in my footsteps. I believe you're not blind. Right? And you said, somebody said something about consumer protection. Why should I put in regulations and rules to protect someone? Can't you protect yourself? Don't you know which sites you're supposed to see or get into, and sites that you should avoid? When you regulate this lifestyle advertising, you draw the line somewhere, right? What if you cut off some of the good stuff? What if? Does it mean the choices I have to make should be limited according to your regulations? Think twice. So, my dear audience, Mr. Speaker, team opposition, join hands with me to end this debate about lifestyle advertising and regulations. And with that, I rest my case. Case closed. Thank you.
Now. Lifestyle advertising aimed at youth should be regulated to prevent them from falling into debt traps. The proposition, Ikuu High, what did we expect from you? Examples of youth who have fallen into debt traps because of buying whatever they're being sold through lifestyle advertising. global examples, regional examples, national examples that could have made your arguments very strong. Did that come out? Not really, but we are learning. Kyeni Girls High School, you are technically opposing this motion. So we expect you to bring on board examples, statistics and figures, real life situations where we have youth who have done, sold themselves out, made huge profits, and even employed others in the process as a result of this lifestyle advertising. Did that come out? Not really. So we feel more research could have been done on this motion in order for you to score well under mastery of topic. Now I'm quickly going to give the individual comments. Ahadi Shalom, you are a powerful debater. I liked your stage presence. I liked the aspect of you bringing out coherent arguments well linked to the motion without reading. You have a very bright future in debate and probably in public speaking. Consider law as a career.
For the two teams, there was evidence that even having the motions for some time, you did not take time to do the research. Research always builds a very convincing argument, and unless you have researched enough, you'll always stumble on stage. Then passion on the motion, love it. And that can only be built from research. Otherwise, you are great debaters and you are going places. Thank you.